welcome to FoodKast. I'm your host, Ric, and today you're going to talk about the 6 disciplines to become a chef. First thing to say if you want to be a chef is organization number one. You must be extremely organized. Without organization, do not come even to the kitchen. It's very challenging environment. This is the difference between failure and success. Why I say that? Organization is the core of a chef. If you're not organized, can you be a chef? Yes, you can. But will you be successful? The possibility is very low. Why? Is the teamwork work in the kitchen, and people will not enjoy to work with somebody like this are not organized. So if you go to your station, it's all dirty, and it's not organized in a sense of the knife is not put away in the right place. You keep your boards uh, all over the shop. Like you can't produce in such environment. Is first of all is not clean, is not healthy, is not the way I would expect my food coming out. So you need to be organized. Bottom line. Next in the list is efficiency. What that means? More efficient you are, fast you get. Fast you get, more productive you are. What I'm trying to say with this is if you manage to be productive and fast, you will be efficient. Why you need to be efficient? Because in the kitchen, the most expensive asset in the kitchen are the chefs. Without them, nothing will be done. Doesn't matter if you have a Michelin star kitchen, nothing will be done without the chef. So you need to be efficient and quick to do your job. That the part organization comes in. If you're organized, you literally don't move your feet out of your station. I'll use a good example. One of the restaurants I used to run, I used to have people overnight cooking. It was a 24/7 operation, and nighttime was the quietest. So we had more people there to produce more to make sure the guys in the daytime will feel less pressure. But I'll tell you something. First thing I did is check the night shift. Went there a few times, they were chatting, having tea, having the time of their life, but the guys in the daytime still struggling to do the things. So I start to notice something's wrong in this picture. I start coming at night time. They sometimes they didn't do their exactly what we asked. So in the moment I got there, I noticed productivity in the nighttime drops. They do the bare minimum. So if they do the bare minimum, they're not being productive. They're not pushing the wheel forward, they're just breaking the wheel. So first thing I did is cut off the night shift. Why I did that? I moved the night shift for the daytime. So my issue was supervision of their efficiency in the night time. In the moment that was changed, I could notice their pattern, why they were efficient. They were doing their job they were told. The issue were the fridge was about 15 meters away. The first few days I saw them operating, they used to go to the fridge back and forth, minimum 10 to 20 times a day. So it's 10 meters to go, 10 meters to come back, is about 30 seconds to go and 30 seconds to come back because you need to pass through the kitchen. And on top of that, you spend, let's say, a minute in the fridge to find what you need to find. So you start to add up, it's 2 minutes each time. You do that times 20, you lost 40 minutes in your day. They're not being efficient. So the first thing I changed with them, just to start to put a footnote on that, I had 3 people working nighttime, three to do the production for many outlets. I reduced that for one after almost a year to do the same production. So that person became way more productive. And I'll tell you what I did. I just told them, here's the list. That's what you need to see. That's what you need to order. Every single day before you go home, you're going to have that list done by the restaurants asking for the production. Nonetheless, they did that. So before they went home, they already know what they need for the follow day. So they could say the guys in the night separate the things in the fridge. So the first thing they need to do is just go there to the fridge. First, sorry, wash their hands, look at their paper, see what they couldn't find and where the things are with the notes from the night shift. And then they would go to the fridge, take their trolley, and move everything in one go. So there we go, 40 minutes. I'm saying from three people. So in the end of one night, I had about 40, 120 minutes, 2 hours of the day out. So I got that 2 hours in literally in 2 minutes. So they get the things, they become more efficient. So efficiency is the core. So first is organization, second is efficiency. Next, critical feedback. Whoa, this one is a hard is the hardest part. Nowadays, like it's very challenging with the new kids in the block, let's say, give feedback, they feel very personal. I will not call them the delicate flowers because there's people who are 20 years in the business. You say something, they cry. Big, strong man. Oh, me, macho. And you give a little bit, go a little bit tough, they cry. So it's not about to have thick skin or not. Nowadays, it's very challenging to give feedback because the generation we have now was supposed to be the solving generation, and they are the quit generation because anything when they start get tough they quit, and normally is the feedback what make them to feel down instead of just take that in and process and understanding how the things works and why you're being criticized, and not let your chatter in your head put you down. So feedback, don't take personal, guys. Don't take personal. Try to see from outside and understand why that happened. There are people will be mean to you. I will not say that will not happen, but you need to be focused. Next in line would be time, or in my opinion, it's repetition. Time is the best solution for everything to become a master of anything. So, to be a good chef, you have to embrace repetition, and that will make you to be able to teach someone how to do what you do. So, people don't see the time and repetition being something important. Is extremely important in the kitchen. As I said, nowadays kids grew up with video games and social media with instant gratification. So you're playing a game for 10 minutes, you win, and you feel that gratification. And being a chef is not like that. Unfortunately, it's not like that. You've been there for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and people can't still people can't cook the same thing. They're there for 2 years. They don't understand that part. It's very challenging to try to give that feedback and tell them repetition will make you a master what you do. But sometimes they just go there and do, like, whatever, and just keep pushing with their bellies what they need to do, and they do not actually do what's supposed to do. What I'm trying to say is, example, you go and start to work as a breakfast chef. No offense to any breakfast chef is listening here, but you're in a fully functional kitchen in a hotel. And then you're comfortable with that. You start there to be a quick fix because when you start to work, get in the labor market, you like it, it's enjoyable. But after 1 year, year and a half, you already know the things inside out, you know the orders, you know everything, you're smart. But you get comfortable with that. I can go to see my friends. Ta, 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 ta. I love the hours, and that's it. And then when you realize 10 years pass, and then you look and said, okay, now I'm getting married, or I have my girlfriend. Everyone, all my friends are progressing their careers, and where am I? I'm a breakfast chef. I want to be a head chef, and you will not be because you didn't use your time in your advantage. You need to focus what you're doing. So what I would say is, don't just stay there doing the time. The time will not give you rewards. You need to be productive in your time. So time will help you to go further, but time can hold you back if you do not treat the time correctly. So as you go, always try to learn something new. You're gonna grow. That's very important in my opinion. Next is my favorite, is your habits, your rituals behind the key. What do you do in the kitchen? What's your process? Example, always when I go to work, in the moment I get in the car, I start to think all my timeline throughout the day. What am I gonna do? getting in. I already know what I'm gonna cook today, so I already plan in my head what's the first thing I need to do. Oh, I need to walk in, turn on the oven, turn on this, ta 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 ta, and so on and so forth. Because I need to use the steamer. The steamer need to be running 5 minutes, so I turn on the oven, go get my knives, clean up my hands, set up my station. The oven will be ready, and I can start to slam the things in the steamer. Or it doesn't matter. It's your ritual, and sometimes you have something you're gonna do every single day. I line up my knives in my right hand side. I put my 2 containers in front of me. So you need to create habits in your rituals to get in the kitchen. But I believe for anything you do, when you wake up, I sit in the bed. First thing I do, I put my slippers on, put my watch, and go. So that's your ritual. There are people, they go and have a sip of water or stay lying down for 10, 15 minutes to sink in. Like, doesn't matter what's your ritual. You need to become consistent ritual in the kitchen and productive ritual. The last but not the least is the most important. Team work. Make the dream work. That's a challenge point to talk. Is not everyone a team player. I have chefs with 20 years experience. They could cook amazing. Did everything, but they are not team players. They take everything in their back. They moan a lot, and they say, "Oh, I do a lot. That guy can't cook. This one can't cook." And then that's the part that go further with the teamwork. If you want to be a chef, if you pass through all those disciplines and you grow on them naturally, you should by default become a leader. And team without a leader is no team. It's just a bunch of people trying to do the same thing. So your leader is as good as their team. So you need to be very focused on your team leader, and work together. Those are my disciplines for the kitchen. I highly recommend you guys to start to use that. It's not just for the kitchen, but I would say anywhere you work. If you have a desk job, you need to have your organization. If your desk is messy, you will not find your papers. If you're not efficient in a way of being fast to send your projects back, somebody will take your job. It's the same in the kitchen, same anywhere. Critical feedback is the same. You need to have your critical feedback. Time or repetition is important to have. That will make you create experience and understand how you deal with the same issue in the different times. So it's very important, this. Your rituals as well, to understand how you work is important to have that. And the last but not the least, the teamwork. That was the 6 disciplines to be a chef. And a big thanks to our today's sponsor.
Sponsor is FoodKast. Do you want to promote your brand or product in an effective way direct to our public? Check our website, social media, and all products and services we provide. Contact us for more information. This is FoodKast, where you promote your brand and more.
Thank you to listen and watch, and don't forget to smash that like, follow, and share button. This is FoodKast, where you listen to your podcasts and more.